The former Spaghetti Works building remains vacant, and a third of street-level storefronts are empty in downtown Des Moines. Now, a local group hopes their neon signs can spark a movement that could change all that. WHO 13's Justin Surensee explains how one man's dream to light up downtown could shine a path to a downtown revival.
This is the Roundhouse.
Two parts passion.
For me, I just bet on myself.
A dash of hometown.
We were good. I grew up right by the airport. I went to Lincoln. The Lincoln Roundhouse was like Madison Square Garden for me.
Shaken with support.
But I only know I only go so far with my people. And my people have carried me a long way.
Des Moines native Nick Tillinghast is more than a bar owner creating drinks. He's mixing vibes with his hospitality group, Des Moines Does Things, drawing on the echoes of the capital city's past.
Des Moines Does Things. It was a slogan used often in the early 1900s to describe Des Moines and the community.
After moving to Las Vegas to get into the hospitality business, Nick made a big gamble to move back to his home state.
I used all of my savings to move home. My parents allowed me to move back in with them.
He opened Hello Marjorie in downtown Des Moines in 2017, which is now managed by Todd Patrick.
It's definitely looking for more of like a mid-modern century, kind of combined with the comfortability of your basement when you were growing up, you know. Something to just really, really inviting and warming.
Rachel Shaw is manager of Secret Admirer, which opened its doors in 2021.
I love the patio, obviously, is the big draw here. I love the hyper seasonality of our menu. Every season we have a different menu that rotates completely. We also do a Christmas pop-up, which is always fun.
Good News Darling is inside the same building as Hello Marjorie, also in 2021.
I just wanted to have 3 different experiences instead of one big experience.
Most recently, the Des Moines Athletic Club made its splash earlier this year. All 4 within the core of downtown where Nick can walk.
I'll start at Athletic Club, go over to Marjorie, check on that, go back to Good News Darling, make sure they're good, then hightail it down 7th, and then cross over the parking lot to Secret Admirer, check in, make sure they're good, do it all over again.
On those walks, in between each bustling business, Nick noticed something.
It's very, very walkable. I know that some people will shake their head at that, but it really is. If we can get these storefronts filled, we could have a really cool neighborhood.
In line with the group's name, Des Moines Does Things, they did something about it. This summer, Good News Darling will move from behind the shadows of Hello Marjorie and into a street-level storefront next to the Des Moines Athletic Club, rebranding as Nothing Major.
We're going for more of a neighborhood kind of bar, something that you can easily pop into, have a quick cocktail. Just a really upbeat, upper kind of higher class cocktail experience.
City leaders acknowledge that 31% of street-level storefronts in the core of downtown Des Moines, like the Griffin building at 7th and Locust, are vacant. A sobering statistic that shows that while Tillinghast's dreams of reactivating downtown storefronts is reality, too many other areas are in a deep slumber.
I think the Griffin building, just right down the corner here, is the prized real estate of this block. And there's 2,600 square feet open right now for a restaurateur that could really hit the ground running and really get the neighborhood going.
Looking to shine a light on those dark storefront windows, economic development leaders are proposing a Restore the Core plan to city council members that could incentivize businesses to move downtown.
The structure is one-to-one matching reimbursement grant, up to $200,000 for ground floor.
Todd agrees not everything downtown needs to involve alcohol.
The Gen Z, the younger generation, aren't generally drinking as much as the older generation is.
So even within their bars, they've gone heavy-handed on non-alcoholic drinks, including mocktails.
It's super important to me to create environments that if you don't want to drink alcohol, you still feel welcome.
One of Nick's biggest attention getters doesn't involve a bartender at all.
This has been a big, a big draw. Just to your point, for people not drinking alcohol, there will be people who just come in to use this and then split.
Live downtown.
I know everyone's just gone to Waukee, Ankeny, West Des Moines, but there's still a lot of vibrancy left downtown, and I think we could really keep that going.
Work downtown.
I have some very, very talented people that could probably work at any bar in the country working with us, and I want them to know that that is seen and therefore rewarded for it.
And play downtown.
But the energy down here, there was 4 theaters within this block.
Nick's big dream is that Des Moines does those things once again.
I want to capture that magic a little bit.
In Des Moines, Justin Cernsey, WHO 13 News.
Awesome. Artists in that story. Good stuff from Justin. At our website, WHO13.com, we ask viewers what changes would convince them to spend more time in downtown Des Moines. And the top vote getter, shocker, easier parking. Not even close. A distant second, more entertainment, more retail shops, rounding out the top 3.